Hello everybody, it's Emery48 here and welcome back to another ScapeCon 5 video. Today is the Delta Bring 2 First Crack Rule of 9 Championship Tournament. This is the top 8 game between Zackando, who's on your left, and Boromir on your right. The armies they are using in this game are in the description down below, as well as the other armies dropped.
Thank you. That's so kind of you. Nope, that was the wrong place to put a number. That was the right place to put a number. Did it. Got there. Alright, so. How's everybody doing? Hang on. I got the chat stream down. Let me pull that back up real quick. Here we go. Yeah, I missed a couple comments. Mal & Company is back. Yeah, baby. You're probably going to be seeing a good amount of her for the next year at least, because she's a good figure, and especially since they changed the movement rules, she can be played on maps now, which is also very helpful when you want to play figures, like being able to play her on the map. Let's see. Kaemon is an interesting addition. Yeah. I'm going to dig into that here in a second. Stingers, Axegrinders, and Darrak is an army that has both melee and range. It is a bold build. Let's see how it plays out. Yeah, so like I was saying while I was putting in the armies, you've got some interesting kind of like dynamics going on here between the two. So, Axegrinders, very good into Maladrix, very good into the Oathbound, or at least the bug ball itself. But you've got Festering Honor Guard and the Legionnaires that are better into the Axegrinders, right? Because the Axegrinders don't get their bonuses. So that's kind of like how you develop and how you choose to sequence your activations into these guys. So first off, you got that's pretty interesting there. Stingers are just all around good. They're especially going to be good into the smaller dudes. So you've kind of got like, you want to balance who you've got, like basically who you activate when and into what part of the army and all that stuff, right? So it looks like Boromir's got 3 order markers on the Axegrinders, and then Zackando's got 3 order markers on Queen Maladrix. So yeah, so you can kind of see where they're leaning early on. I don't hate either of these openings. I also haven't thought about it too critically yet. Basically just what I've said so far. But I think they're fine openings, right? Like having a lot of Axegrinders available to go into Maladrix is good. Having Festering Honor Guard to try to take care of the Axegrinders is also good. Like in fact, like having 5 Honor Guard figures that you can just move up with Maladrix and be able to like screen for her, tie down certain Axegrinders so that Maladrix doesn't get totally surrounded and pounded. That's very good, very helpful. So they've both got a lot of good options. And then we haven't even touched Kaemon, who you mentioned earlier. So Kaemon is like, you've got the special attack. He's really good into the dwarves, which is going to be helpful. What's up?
So when you have 4 events running simultaneously, it's kind of hard to find assistant commentary, isn't it? Everyone's playing!
Yeah, everybody's playing. It's okay. As it goes on, I expect, at least for the morning, people dropped and then they just came over here. So
then help becomes available.
Yeah. So it works out fine. I'm good right now, but thank you. Gordon, oh man, he just left.
Are you hopping for the commentation or something? Is there something like on the prize roll or something?
Yeah, if you want to jump in,
I have a buy, so why not?
Yeah, come on in. Happy to have you.
And I'll try not to kick out any cords.
Yeah, there's a few. All right, guys. So, yeah, that was Gordon, but now we've got even better than Gordon, right?
I don't want to say that. Gordon's a pretty nice guy. I like Gordon
That's
a
true.
lot.
Gordon is a good guy. But we've got Ginglebong, right?
Hello.
Ginglebong?
Yeah.
Not Jinglebong.
It's not a real word, so...
Okay, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
okay,
matter.
That works. All right, so we've got Zackando, Boromir throwing down right now, Maladrix, like all the bugs, Maladrix, bug balls.
Yep.
And then Kaemon, and then dwarves and stingers. You got to as you're looking at it, do you have preferences going in?
Going in, I like the... Funny enough, I played both of them earlier.
Oh, really?
I beat Isaac. I lost to Zach. I lost to Zach in the matchup they have now, where I had the Stinger Axegrinders into the Maladrix.
So you lost that matchup?
Yes, I lost that matchup.
Okay.
Very close endgame. Yeah, it was very close. I made a couple mistakes at the start. I had probably overextended my dwarves too much, so I wasn't getting all 4 attacks off at the same time. And also what had happened, which was devastating, I had Stinkers, I had Mana Gloden. I rolled 4 Drain, I rolled a 2.
Oh no, that's awful.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Zach played very well. Very close game came down to Kaemon versus my Darrak. Yeah.
Okay.
But
that is close, actually. So do you think, like, just with these two players with these armies, would you favor again the Maladrix army?
I honestly think the Axegrinders Stingers are the stronger into here. Just the Axegrinders being the huge going into there.
Right.
Yeah, Axegrinders having the +1 attack. I just should have been a little more patient with how I had developed. I think I give it to Stinkers, yeah, usually, but anything can happen, of course.
That's true, yeah. I mean, I saw a game earlier where Maladrix ran into not quite the start zone, but basically the start zone was just destroying stuff, going ham for a while, and we're like, oh well, this feels like, what are you going to do against this? And then Maladrix died to just a few attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, in that case,
Yep.
I guess we got a game.
Yeah. Maladrix is incredibly tanky, so.
Oh shit, this 6 and 5? That's insane.
The double attack.
Yeah.
Getting the first attack off of Festering Honor Guard is just so good, having a total of 7 attacks, if you can swing it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, such a good unit, and I'm so glad they changed the movement rules, because when I played her in a tournament, we were enforcing the movement rules pretty strictly, and it was a pain.
It is, yeah.
It's so awful.
Her biggest weakness is herself.
Yep. Alright, so another thing that I was curious about when I was looking at these armies. So you've got, let's see, Axegrinder Stingers. They only have 2 places for order markers, which I think is a good boost to their army. Over here you've got 3 places to put order markers. Would you, kind of like Zach's doing right now, or do you prefer going out we're going to go Maladrix, and then next maybe, Legionnaire, or Oathbound, and then Kaemon, or however that? Or, I don't know, how would you approach that?
I would go all out Queen Maladrix. The problem is with spreading them out, I think, is if I'm Isaac, I'm either opening all Axegrinders or Stingers. If I look across the board and see an order marker, 1 order marker on every single card, what I can do is I can just march down the field, not worry about overextending, and go unpunished for it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I know he will not be able to retaliate. I done a local against a newer player where they're running Bugs, Hydra, and Malix, so basically Zach's army.
Yeah.
I was running Harkabus. It was Doubleton, so 2 squads of Harkabus. My single squad of Harkabus ended up just killing everybody because my opponent had put 1 order marker on every single figure, so I knew I could just overextend and go unpunished for just taking shots down. So
nice. Yeah, that works.
So 100%, I think the way to go is
do waves basically.
Basically do waves, especially since both are tanky. They can hold their own for a while.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. And these Honor Guard are laying waste to those dwarves. Holy cow.
Oh man, that's really cool with the dice on the screen.
I know, right? Isn't that cool?
Oh my god. Okay, I see why we have to roll. I was on stream earlier. I was playing against Isaac on the stream earlier. Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
I see why we have to roll the dice pools now. That's so cool.
That's really fun. Alright, so, and just like that, 4 Axegrinders are dead. So...
Yep.
That's tough. that's a tough situation.
Yeah.
That's actually, because that was part of what I was looking at as I was looking at this matchup, because that's what I like about this kind of, I don't know, I think it's interesting, right? Axegrinders, really good into Maladrix. Well, good into Maladrix, I guess. 6 life, 5 defense is always going to be tough, but they're better than average into Maladrix. But you've got the Honor Guard that can just come up and be like, okay, we're going to get rid of your bonus stats and just like attack you normal. And 2v3s that can do stuff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, just 7 attacks is so good.
No, it really is. Let's see, Conductor Production saying, my choice would be to lead in with Mal and destroy what I could. Yeah, it seems like Mal Rush is just kind of the way to go when you've got Mal, at least like most of the time.
Yes.
There's probably some,
yeah.
Some exceptions, but like when I was playing her, like I think every time I started Mal Rush, I believe, in that game. Partially because like, again, I was playing harsh with the movement rules, and so I'm like, well, I gotta move her now while I can, because otherwise I'm gonna get kited to death later. So
yeah,
never mind.
Yeah, her legs are just so annoying. I'm glad they basically instituted flying rules.
Yeah.
Just gotta fit on the final spot.
No, that's so much better. Yeah, no, and those legs bug me because they like get a bug because. But no, like they're not doing anything, right? Like.
Yeah, they don't. They
don't even look that cool.
No.
Yeah.
If anything, they could have just like folded them to be in front of her.
Right,
like a praying mantis.
Take those ones, bring them in, and then just like take the front 2 legs and then like lift them up so she's kind of like rearing up or something. Like, yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and actually she could fit on 4 spaces.
Right? But anyway, there's... let's see, so that's 1 moon on Mal there. Conductor saying on the other side, Axegrinders would have been good to start with, but up against rampaging Mal is difficult. Yeah, it's tough when you've got Mal coming in. Actually, that's a good question for you, Dinglebot.
Yes.
Would you have gone like all in on? So on the other side, right? Like here we're saying waves is better. Stingers, dwarves. Do you still like do waves there, or do you prefer mixing a little bit more?
I think you still do waves. At least that's what I had done. I think where I had messed up was I did not, I guess, slow roll, for lack of a better term. I just kind of rushed in with a squad.
So like waves, but like too much of a rush.
Yeah, I should have developed all my Axegrinders.
Okay.
I should have developed all my Axegrinders and what's his name? Darrak. In range before I started attacking. But yeah, I think you just got to commit to all Axegrinders or all Stingers. In this case, I think Axegrinders, because they can act as the screen, having the 4 defense against Mal.
Oh, that's fair.
But honestly, I don't hate the idea of just moving in with Stingers as well, just taking shots and moving back with Stingers as there. But then again, they're so fast. That's the thing. Stingers with only 5 range, they're gonna catch up to you quickly.
Yeah. No, like everything in that army. I guess Bug Ball itself is not super fast, but it can shoot out the Phalanxes, which are fast.
It can, yeah.
Or sorry, the Legionnaires, which are fast.
Yeah.
So.
And they can just go run right after. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, a few more attacks coming in. Let's see how those go.
Alright, attack. Nothing.
Alright, 1 more dead dwarf. Oh wait, actually I miscounted those earlier. So now it is 4 dead dwarves, and one of those that died earlier was a stinger, so I was thinking. There we go. Stood up. And there's another dead dwarf.
Alrighty.
Man!
And a blocked attack. So there's how many Axegrinders left?
So 3 Axegrinders remaining, and then 8 stingers. So a good amount of stingers.
Yeah.
But like that sucks having only 3 Axegrinders.
Oh yeah. What round are they on?
I think they just... Or, hang on. Let's see.
Or what turn, rather? Yeah, no.
I think this is Boromir's turn 2.
Gotcha. Looks like it was on Stingers, I think?
I believe so.
Yeah. You should roll for Drain. There's a sense of adventure now.
Honestly, Stinger, I would probably drain into Maladrix.
He's still got, what, 8 Stingers left?
Yeah, he's still got 8 Stingers. And I guess,
How much
no,
left?
actually, this must have been a dwarf turn, I think.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I think Stingers would have... Right? You just move up on high right there. I think.
It is, I was on that map earlier. It is a surprising height. I think you could get there with 5. Yeah, you should be able to get there.
Yeah, at least 2 of them should be able to get up there. And then attacks with 4 into Mal.
Yeah.
Alright, one second. Update some numbers real quick. These guys are dying fast now, so I gotta oh, that's the wrong spot. Oops.
This is so cool to see how it all sets up. Never seen the behind the scenes before.
Oh yeah, it's fun. I wish I could take credit. I cannot. It was not my work, but...
It's Emery's stream. Who was it behind this?
This was all Samuel Frost.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. Mr. Lightning Repairs.
Yep. He even volunteered. He's like, "Hey guys, I had some thoughts on the stream, and I want to help out." And we're like, "Okay."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Here, look, a dice tray where you can see the dice on the screen." And we're like, "Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Tell us more."
Yes. Works fantastic.
And then I lost track of the action. Where are we? Oh, 3 wounds on Darrak right there.
Oof.
And he's infested.
Oh no.
Fun.
Yeah.
Dude, okay, so other thing about Mal, right? Obviously Mal is very good, right? Now, big beefy figure, bonds with a 5-figure squad. Pretty decent, you might say. But, good stats are good. Edge for her, but then also that infestation, you've also got sometimes just variance goes your way, right?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
There was a game earlier, who was it? It was Q23 and Nick. And Nick had Mal, Q23 had Zelrig.
Yep.
Right, so whole game, Q23's trying to keep
Zelrig,
away from Mal, and then ends up making a mistake. Mal gets next to Zelrig, infests him, I think deals 1 wound, but then Mal died pretty quick after. By the end of that round, Zelrig gets popped, just dead, right?
Yeah.
5 wounds basically, still had 5 life, dies, and we're like, well, okay. It's basically game,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sometimes that just happens, and so to have not just the good stats, but also that variance opportunity in that, I think it's just insane.
Oh, 100%. She's very good into, it makes her, just her overall stats make her good into both squads and King build, especially King builds are her 100% her specialty.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be curious to see how she would do in a cheese game of Q9 Rats Raylan. I would think that
would be interesting.
I would think that would still take the victory, but I would definitely be sweating in my boots if I was playing Q9 the whole time.
Oh yeah, right? You'd have to be so careful going into it. I agree. I think Edge is there, but if you make a mistake, she can just punish so hard.
Yeah. And with 6 life, she can eat if you leave an engagement to get next to Q9, no problem.
Oh yeah, and because she's not as worried about his attacks either with the 5 defense.
Oh yeah.
So you're I'll come next to you, just pound.
Yep. And 4 into 7 is not enough, or if it's railing 4 into 9, regardless, that's still what you need.
Actually, in that case, I'm curious. That's a question. So, if you're looking at a cheese army, what do you pair with Mal if you're going into it a cheese format?
That's tough. I think Raylan is a given.
Fair. Yeah, 80 points for why not?
I think I'd also maybe inclined to say maybe Crab almost. Just start open with Crab. Just take pot shots down on your opponent. Force them to come to you.
Okay.
Force them to come to you. The very least, open with grab. Hope you could kill Raylan.
Yeah.
That's tough, yeah.
So if you did that, if we're like building this army, so Mal Honor Guard is 220, Raylan make that 300, 400 with the Krav. What about, like, how necessary do you think it is to, like, add in a special attack? Like, do you throw in Kaemon to try to be a special attacker or something? Or
I feel like it's tough to say. I feel Mal does not have the special attack, but she's got the good special abilities.
That's true.
She would struggle against rats, but still, even so, a normal attack of 4 double attack is still very good against a rat.
Right, yeah. And you can still pound through them pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.